From Wilson Field in Ernie Chapman Stadium, Panther football is back, and the Chapman Panthers welcome the number 5 team in the country, the Linfield Wildcats. Welcome inside, fans. I'm Trent Schlom, next to Matt Brown. And Matt, this is one of the most highly anticipated games in the history of Chapman football. Linfield comes in, the returning number 1 scoring offense in the country from a year ago, but they do have some inexperience at quarterback.
Yeah, today's starter is Tommy Neck, and he's going to be a 6'5", 212 pocket passer, but this is an option offense, so we'll see how he does today.
Yeah, something interesting, but a totally different story on the other side for the Chapman Panthers. Their quarterback, Michael Leahy, the reigning SCIAC Player of the Year from a season ago. This is a great leader, a great player, and now with a win today, maybe Chapman an opportunity to try to get into the national top 25.
D3football.com put him on their super senior watch list. This is Michael Leahy. He's going to be chomping on the bit, not only to put his team into the top 25, but also to put them on the SCIAC championship.
Another important player coming back for the Panthers, Jeremiah McKibbins, making his return. Missed all of last year with an ACL injury, but was so good in 2012. How important is it to have McKibbins back for the Panthers?
Well, we asked Coach Owens how important that is, and he said, how important is it to have Tom Brady back on your team? This is how big McKibbins is to this team. He averaged 6 yards a carry 2 years ago. We're going to see how he does today off of injury.
A true superstar for the Panthers, but a tough test having to go against the Linfield Wildcats, the number 1 rush defense in the country from last year. It's one of the biggest Chapman football games ever, and it's coming your way. The 2014 season kicks off when we come back on the Chapman Broadcast Network. From Wilson Field at Ernie Chapman Stadium, Panther football is back, and the Chapman Panthers welcome the number 5 team in the country, the Linfield Wildcats. And this may be one of the most highly anticipated games in Chapman football history as the Panthers and the Wildcats take the field right now. I'm Trent Schlom. Next to me is Matt Brown. And Matt, we've been talking about this game really since last November. We say highly anticipated. We don't sell that short. This may be one of the most important games in the history of Chapman football.
That's right, Trent. And this is number 5 Linfield. We've never had that high of a ranking of an opponent before in Chapman's history. It's great to have them at home with the crowd of about 3,000 here. They are rocking and ready to go.
Yeah, some of the fans still trying to file in. Matt, let's talk about the quarterback situation first for Linfield. They have had a little bit of a struggle picking a quarterback to start this year. Really, neither of their 2 options have any kind of experience. We saw earlier in the week, Matt Yarro looked like he was going to be the starter, but just hours before kickoff, we find out that Tom Connect is going to be the guy to get the start today.
Tom Connect is 6'5", 212. And he is a pocket passer. This is an option offense. We'll see how he does with his lengthy legs, and maybe he'll be able to catch some defensive linemen off guard.
Yeah, on the flip side for the Chapman Panthers, they bring back an elite quarterback, not just in Southern California, but in all of Division III. Michael Leahy, the reigning SCIAC Player of the Year from 2013. He's back and leading this team. And Matt, if Chapman gets a win today, they could find themselves in the top 25.
And you know, a senior like Michael Leahy doesn't only want the top 25 ranking, he wants the SCIAC championship. And you know he's focused on that today and throughout the season.
Another big storyline today, Jeremiah McKibbins returning for the Panthers. Missed all of last year with a torn ACL. Keith Stansel has been listed as the starter, but we can expect to see Jeremiah McKibbins back. Though, what a tough test he has to have to go against the Linfield front 7, who was the number 1 rush defense in the country in 2013.
Well, you know, 1,190 yards for McKibbins 2 years ago. He's going up against some of the best defensive linemen in the country. And we'll have to see how he does off of injury, but you can bet he's going to get a lot of action today.
So the Panthers get set to return. It's Chapman in black. Linfield is in white. The Linfield Wildcats 11-1 last year, made it all the way to the quarterfinals, where they would eventually lose to Wisconsin Whitewater. They were up 17-0 in that game. Wisconsin Whitewater went on to win the D3 championship. Back to return for the Panthers, Keen Stancil and Devin Kelly. Kelly wearing number 17, Stancil's number 5. Cameron Conley will kick off for Linfield as we get ready to go the start of the 2014 campaign. The fans here, Ernie Chapman Stadium, Wilson Field, they're on their feet as Conley gets ready to go for the opening kickoff here on the debut of the Chapman Broadcast Network. And the 2014 season is underway. This one's going to go back and will be caught about 3 deep into the end zone by Kelly. Kelly gets out to about the 15, swarming coverage and kick coverage for Linfield. And now we get to see this Chapman offense for the first time. They are led by their star and Michael Leahy. So let's Matt, maybe talk about some players to watch here in this game.
Well, you have Michael Leahy, of course, super senior. And we're going to have to also watch Keen Stancil as well as Cody Chappell, their running back, and Sean Myers, their receiver, their main receiver. He had 23 receptions last year, as you can see.
Yeah, the key for the Panthers tonight very well could be the offensive line with how good this front 7 is for Linfield. Lining up from the shotgun is Leahy. Fakes the handoff, play action, rolls to his right, throws, and the pass is caught but dropped. Going to be ruled an incomplete. Lucky for Chapman, very nearly a catch and a fumble.
Yeah.
That was Blair
Michael
Jimmerson.
Leahy rolling out of the pocket, finding a great receiver, unable to make the catch. Unfortunate for the Panthers on their first play of the game.
Yeah, so Panthers get a break as Jimmerson unable to hang on. That throw on the money. Mike Leahy, 75.4% completion rating last year. Good enough to be the best in America. He lines up from the shotgun here. This time a handoff to McKibbins, who is stuffed to the line. Flag being thrown right around the line of scrimmage.
You can see McKibbins, no fear, going right down the middle, right down their throat.
We do want to welcome those of you listening on ChapmanRadio.com, the home of Panther Athletics for a number of years. Also, thank you for watching on ChapmanAthletics.com. This debut broadcast for the Chapman Broadcast Network being simulcast everywhere. Also, those of you watching on Time Warner Channel 6 in the city of Orange, we welcome you for the first time to Panther football. So a personal foul against Linfield will scoot Chapman all the way to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Leahy from the shotgun. Takes this snap. Hands off to McKibbins. McKibbins trying to get around the edge. Dancing in the backfield, and he is swarmed and taken down by Linfield. Good coverage there coming up to make the tackle. It was Jordan Giza. So Jordan Giza able to come up and make that stop. Linfield Wildcats like to run a 4-2 base front. We'll get to your starters in just a moment. 2nd and 11. Leahy scrambling. Dives forward. And Matt, we're already seeing that pressure from Linfield's defensive line getting a good push on Chapman.
Yeah, and you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. They're already into the pocket. And the defensive backs, which was a concern for Coach Smith coming into this ball game, they cover the receivers so tight. Michael Leahy has to scramble around the pocket.
13:24 remaining here in the first quarter. 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. Leahy from the shotgun. Looks back to the sidelines, looking to get a new sign from Coach. Casey Shine, the offensive coordinator for the Panthers. Leahy gets it in. 6 seconds now, 5 left on the play clock. 3 seconds now. Leahy's going to have a rush to get this one off. Just gets it off in time. Little swing pass over to McKibbins. He breaks 1 tackle, but not anymore. And another stop in the backfield for the Linfield Wildcats. Getting to Jeremiah McKibbins with no room to work. Curtis Terry making the tackle.
Not too much for the Panther offense there. They got lucky on a face mask. Really, you can count this as a 3 and out for the Panthers.
Right, they were able to move the ball up the field with the penalty, but other than that, that was it. So Panthers will punt. This is Trujillo. End over run kick, short kick. Will bounce at the 40. And take a Chapman hop, but just able to get to the 37-yard line. And now we get a chance to see the Linfield offense and Tom Connect make his first start at quarterback for Linfield. Let's meet the Wildcats offense. Their offensive line is very good, and pretty much everyone comes back. Steven Schultz, Eric Patassi, Jerry Patrick, Pono Kalua, and Jacob Hankey, the offensive line. Matt, who are some players to watch for the Wildcats?
Well, for Linfield, they have a great running back in Tavon Willis. Now, he's young still. We're going to see a lot of action from him. Of course, there are 2 receivers on the opposite sides.
Yeah, that one is caught for a gain of 5.
Evan Peterson and Brian Ballseeger, both experienced receivers. This is what Coach Smith for the Wildcats is looking for from his offense, his receivers to catch the ball.
2nd and 4 from the 45. Connect with some time, scrambling around. He's going to throw off his back foot, and that one is deflected. Excellent pass coverage right there by the Chapman defense. That was Sean Davey breaking that up.
Good pressure put on by the Panther defense, getting to Connect. Connect is not as mobile as Yarro, who we were told that was going to be the quarterback earlier. He gets out of the pocket. He has to throw off the wrong foot. Can't quite get it there.
Blitz is on. Connect thinks he has single coverage. Davey trying to get there. Well defended by Chapman. So another incompletion. That is the one thing. A pretty good situation for Tom Connect. A 3 and out here, and now Linfield will punt, but he gets a great receiving core coming back, and the whole offensive line, he's going to get that protection.
That's exactly right, Trent. Wide receivers and offensive linemen are what Coach Smith is going to rely on for the start of the season until Connect gets used to being in the pocket, being able to throw the ball.
So from the 45, it looks like Linfield will be punting. Back to return is Jimerson. This one will bounce to the 23, right into Jimerson's lap, who takes it, makes a move, the blitz free. Now to the 30, has some space to the 35, and a late flag being thrown back towards the 20-yard line, and this one appears to be coming back. So Jimerson, a good return, little shake and bake moves to get away from some defenders. We'll see if we can see the clip, and yeah, there was one right at the 20-yard line, and that will scoot the Panthers back half a distance to the goal.
These penalties are huge. When you're going up against the number 5 team in the country, you're going to need every yard you can get. Penalties are going to hurt twofold against the Linfield.
$11 minutes, 23 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Each team has gotten a drive. So welcome those of you just joining us. Unranked Chapman Panthers, 8-1 from a year ago, getting ready for their second drive of the evening. They'll begin it from the home 12. Play action, and Leahy is sacked in the backfield.
This is where the defensive linemen come into play for Linfield. One of them, a preseason All-American. They were all over Leahy right there. Leahy unable to even look up.
We're starting to see already the Panthers are trying to keep Linfield's defense off balance. They're sending guys different directions, mixing things up, running some counters, some wide sweeps. And now they're back deep into Panther territory. This is going to be a handoff, but nowhere to go for McKibbins. Able to pick up a yard on the play.
So hard for Jeremiah McKibbins to get into the secondary so far. He hasn't been able to get past this defensive line.
going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 from the Panther 9. Both these teams, great offenses last year. Linfield averaging 48.8 points per game. The Panthers, 45 points a game. Both in the top 10 in America. Leahy's in trouble, and he's brought down in the backfield once again. Second sack of the drive. Leahy is dropped, and now the Panthers will be forced to punt. And Matt Chapman can't get anything going offensively.
Swarming defense by Linfield. They couldn't get any positive yardage there. Now they have to punt from their own 6. You can see Trujillo all the way to the last foot of his own end zone.
So Trujillo is back right on the edge, gets this one off. It's a very good punt. Back over to the other side, and it is muffed and picked up by the Panthers. Excellent coverage, and who's able to get on it is Devin Kelly. Charlie Poppin just unable to hang on to it, and a huge break for Chapman.
This is the first time that Chapman will be in Linfield territory. It is out of luck, but they have to take everything they can get against the number 5 team in the country.
Yeah, just took his eyes off it, and how about that heads-up play by Devin Kelly coming up to recover it, and now the Panthers are in Wildcat territory. Maybe this the break Chapman is needed in an offense who has really struggled so far.
You can see them taking their time in the huddle here before they go out. Michael Leahy's going to want to take a timeout here.
And this is a tough time to have to take a timeout, especially when you just had a 4th down to figure some things out. And now they will talk some things over. We're going to pause for a moment right here. 9:23 remaining here in the first quarter. No score, but the Panthers in Wildcat territory. We'll be right back on the Chapman Panther Football Network. This from left to right, it's Hicks, Colladell, Spear, Moss, and Peterson on the offensive line. Leahy's the quarterback. Jordan Myers and Carter, your wide receivers. Easy Cooney is your tight end, and it's Stancil and McKibbins in the backfield. This is going to be a play-action fake. Leahy's trying to float this one over the top, looking for Jimerson, not there. Incomplete, but gotta like Chapman trying to take advantage of single coverage downfield.
Good play-action play. Michael Leahy missed long. That's what you want to do because the DB was beat. Don't want to miss short or else that's an interception.
And the defense for Linfield on their defensive line, Alex Hoff, Jeremy Giroux, Trey Farber, Franklin Line. The linebackers are Mike Nardoni and Eli Biodine. Corners, Coburn Lewis, also in the in the secondary, Yamamoto, Arkins, and Giza. Jimerson in motion from right to left. Leahy from the shotgun. This is going to be a handoff to Stancil up the gut. He breaks through, able to pick up about 8 yards on the play. He's brought down to the 35, brings up 3rd and 2.
So important to get positive yardage on those running plays. Kean Stancil 'able to read the offensive line there. Get into the secondary at least for the first time today.
And there's Kean Stancil, a 5'10", 200-pound senior. Spent some time at quarterback, filled in for Michael Leahy 2 years ago when he was injured. Had such a great year. Coach Owens didn't quite know what to do. He has Leahy coming back, and Stancil goes, well, let's try to find a way to get both of them on the field. He does that now, moving Stancil to the running back. This will be another handoff to Stancil. This time he is stopped. Will be a minimal gain. Does he have enough? It appears he does not. And now, 4th and short. Maybe 4-down territory for the Panthers.
You may just have to go for it here. Looks like they are. Offense staying on the field for sure.
Yeah, Stancil trying to get a push. Appears to be a pretty good spot. As we approach the 8-minute mark here in the first quarter. 4th and 2. So a little longer than we once thought. Panthers do elect to go for it. Leahy from the shotgun, and the movement up front, and appears to be against Chapman, and that a very frustrating penalty if it is indeed against Chapman.
Now the offense has to walk off the field. Trujillo has to go ahead and kick this one, try to...
Panthers didn't get the ball off anyway, so a delay of game against Chapman will scoot them back 5 yards. Off comes the offense, and on comes the punt team, and that a disappointing penalty.
Either way, a penalty nonetheless. Trujillo has to try and pin the Linfield Wildcats at least inside the 10.
Trujillo will punt. Back to return for Linfield is Kennedy Johnson. Line drive into the end zone. They're really short on the one. Does Chapman get there in time? And it will be ruled a touchback. So Linfield will begin from the Wildcat 20, no score. 7:25 remaining here in the first quarter. And it so far has been a defensive showcase.
Yeah.
We have these two great offenses, have been the defense so far.
But Linfield's defensive line showing why they are so experienced. So is Chapman, though. They've been able to hold Linfield to 3 and outs. This is what you want out of your defense against the number 5 team in the country.
Took a long time to make that call, but that one clearly in the end zone. Connect comes back out. Quarterback. This one a handoff goes to Devon Willis. Willis is brought down short, and there's that zone read, which Linfield for some time has been running. They're a zone read team. Joseph Smith, the head coach in his 9th season, is also the offensive coordinator. He is helped out by Doug Heyer, who's in his 15th season. He's the associate head coach, and when you run the zone read, offensive line's important. Well, guess what? Heyer's the offensive line coach too. Chapman nearly makes his stop, but able to get out of it is Willis. He is dropped after a gain of 1, but Panthers had a chance to bring him down in the backfield and couldn't.
Here comes the hurry-up offense from Linfield. This is what they want to do. They want to catch the defense off guard, keep doing their zone reads, and keep moving up the field slowly but surely.
Drops back to throws, Connect hit as he releases. One-on-one downfield. Great coverage by Chase Tomashiro over on the far side for Chapman. Incomplete. And now a 3 and out for the Wildcats, and they will be forced to punt. So as much as we've talked about Chapman's offense struggling, their defense has been carrying.
Yeah, this is a Linfield team that led the nation in scoring. They haven't been able to get a first down in quite some time here.
6 minutes and 27 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Good snap. This one is up. Jimerson retreats back to the 28 to pick it up. Loses it, but his knee was down right as he's caught it. So the Panthers will begin the drive from the Chapman 27-yard line. Let's take a look at Linfield's. Located in McMinnville, Oregon, 2,530 students. They have won 35 straight regular season games, and that is dating back to 2010, kinds of national championships, but it has been a while since they've won a national title. Last one in 2004. Joseph Smith, the head coach for Linfield, has not won one, and many people up in Oregon believe this year's Wildcat team could be the team to do it.
Says there's a lot of upside in his recruiting class, a lot of young players. If not this year, certainly next year, they're going to come back even better.
Cody Chappell has all kinds of space, breaks through one tackle, and is tripped up, maybe a touchdown-saving tackle at the 44-yard line, and a big play for the Panthers. Gain of 16, biggest play so far for Chapman on offense.
And certainly if it weren't for that tackle, Chappell would be breaking away. It would be a foot race for the end zone.
Cody Chappell, 10 touchdowns a year ago. This time Leahy will keep it himself, running a little zone read of his own, and he takes a shot at the 47-yard line.
Great read there, allowing his own running back to take a hit, but Chappell didn't have the ball. Leahy getting some good positive yardage. You have 2nd and 5. This is what you want. You want to be able to progress the ball up the field, keep it away from the Linfield offense, keep them off the field.
Trips to the left. Leahy, little swing pass to Chapel. Chapel is brought down. Great tackle made by Linfield. That's Asa Schwartz. And on that screen there, and the blitz coming from Linfield, if Schwartz doesn't make that tackle, Chapel could be off to the races maybe once again.
Chapel's reading the defense so well right now. That's why Coach Owens is leaving him in. We haven't seen too much of him so far, but now he's showing why he was our key player to watch earlier.
Chapel was the star replacement for McKibbins last season. 3rd and 4. Leahy over to Chapel. Chapel takes a hit right as he catches it. Does he get the first down? Will depend on the spot. This one could be close, but it looks like he'll be just short.
See, Chapel's route was aiming right for that first down marker. Seems to be inches short, as you can see right here. Trying to get that forward progress.
And now the Panthers will bring on the punt team. Decision time for Coach Owens. Showing some confidence right now. I think there's a confident play call by Coach Owens, knowing how good his defense has been. But just 6 seconds on the play clock. They got to get this one off. 4 seconds now. Trujillo, 2 seconds. They do get it off. They will kick it away. A very good kick. Trujillo was hit, and a late flag. Trujillo's slow to get up. This one will roll all the way down to the 1 yard line, and a personal foul. It appears. Trujillo was hit, but a perfect punt and miserable field position on this drive for the Linfield Wildcats. They will start it from the Wildcat 1. But a penalty, roughing the kicker, first down Chapman.
Yeah, and it was clear there. Trujillo unable to really get the punt off, it seemed like, yet it got all the way to the 1 yard line. What an athletic play by the Chapman Panthers.
So it was a perfect punt by Trujillo, but he was hit as he kicked it, or well after he kicked it, excuse me. We do have the luxury of having a replay up here. Definitely was a late hit. From the 32, Chapman working in Linfield territory. Handoff to Chapel. Chapel bangs his way through the middle, and a late flag once again. While we await the call, let's meet the officials this evening. Christopher Wiggins is your head referee. Umpire David Reyes. Don Arisota is the head lineman. Michael Dugan, Hector Arias, Jeremy Hyvick, and Benjamin Sheffers are your other referees. So a clip against the Panthers will scoot them 15 yards back from the spot of the infraction. Will bring up a 1st and long. So Chapman will have to go all the way back to the 45. And this will be 1st and 23. Leahy, handoff to Chapel. Chapel makes a move. Tries to get to the outside, picks up most of that penalty back. Gain of about 11 or 12. Nice move by Chapel right there. He's done a very nice job of beating his way through the Linfield defense.
Cody Chapel reading the defense so well. Looks like a whole nother running back is back there compared to what Jeremiah McKibbins and Kean Stansel were starting off with for this Panther offense.
So a timeout called by the Panthers with 2:42 remaining. And we'll take a short break. We'll be right back here on the Chapman Broadcast Network. Gorgeous night in Orange, California. The Chapman Panthers with possession right now, 2nd and 12 from the Linfield 34 with 2:42 remaining in the first quarter. Trent Schloem and Matt Brownhill on the opening game of the 2014 season. Leahy takes the snap, rolls to his right, has Jimerson, makes the catch. They got a first down, and the Panthers will move the chains. Well, this one may be closer than we once thought. It's going to be up to the spot. It was a gain of 12, and now the chains will move. So a first down, and how about this play by Leahy?
Another good pass to Jamison. Able to shake and bake and work his way to the first down marker.
First and 10 from the 21. Hand off to Chappell. Chappell takes a stern hit. Just shy of the 19.
The Wildcat defense all over that running play. Chappell nowhere to go.
So they'll spot it at the 19. Chappell's got some room. And Chappell's down inside the 5.
As you see Cody Chappell get into the Linfield 5. You know, Trent, this is an offense that led the nation in red zone offense last year. 96% ability to score with at least a field goal.
Panthers trying to run a quick play. Nothing doing. 2nd and 4 now. Cody Chappell, 41 yards here in the first quarter. He has been the spark for the Panthers offense.
Cody Chappell is going to need to punch this in. That'll give them such a big boost of confidence on offense. Here he goes again.
Play action, Leahy rolling to his right, and he is tackled for no gain. Less than a minute remaining. Panthers will likely get one more play off. Maybe 2. 3rd and 4. Leahy just chooses to keep this one himself.
Leahy unable to get anywhere with a swarming defensive line. They were able to shed their own blockers, 4 of them able to surround Leahy, who was already on the other end of the field.
Panthers from the shotgun. Chappell beside Leahy, he's to his right. Leahy looking left, throws, and this one is caught for a touchdown! Spencer Jordan, and the Panthers punch first.
This is what happens when you go to Cody Chappell so much and so successfully. You're able to fake the defense into thinking you're running a play on the ground, get a quick pass into the end zone, and they're going to start a new streak, looking to be as close to 100% in the red zone as possible this season.
Leahy to Chappell, 4-yard touchdown pass. Excuse me. So a false start against the Panthers will move them back, but how about Spencer Jordan? Spencer Jordan, just 2 touchdowns all of last year, was a very consistent target for the Panthers. A possession receiver. Take a look at this one again, Matt.
Great quick route by Jordan, able to catch it right before it hits the ground.
Yeah, had to break off his route a little bit too to come back and make that reception. That one is through the upright. 7-0. Chapman leading Linfield. Final 17 seconds of the first quarter. When we come back, it's the Panthers by a touchdown. Back in Orange, California, beautiful campus of Chapman University. Coming up at the half, one-on-one with Coach Owens. Wes Rappaport sat down with the head ball coach here for the Panthers. We'll have that full interview coming your way here at halftime. 17 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Chapman leading 7-0 over the number 5 team in the country, the Linfield Wildcats. Panthers get ready to boot this one away. Linfield back to return. Good kick. Gets to about the 3-yard line. Is picked up and brought out just past the 20. Good kick coverage by the Panthers, and the Wildcats will begin the drive from the 21. And that previous drive, Leahy to Chapel, is what capped it off. The Chapman Panthers go 81 yards in 6 minutes and 18 seconds, ends up in the touchdown. Leahy to Jordan, 7-0 Chapman. New quarterback into the game. Getting to the outside on the run play was Devon Willis. But here comes Matt Yarro, who we thought would be the starter, was listed as a starter earlier in the week. Correction, that's Sam Riddle. Who? We'll have more for you when we come back. 7-0 Panthers leading after 1. Welcome back. Chapman leading 7-0 over the Linfield Wildcats. It's Linfield with it right now, a little shovel pass. Trying to get to the outside is Peterson. He does just that, and a late flag being thrown over towards the 25, and all kinds of flags as this one's starting to get a little chippy. Guys, we got to do something about the audio. So the referees look to sort this one out. We do apologize to those of you listening on Chapman Radio and ChapmanAthletics.com. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll look to take care of those as soon as we can. So a penalty against the offense is negated by a personal foul against Chapman. And those are the kind of penalties, Matt, that you can't afford to have for the Panthers.
These are maturity penalties, and they cannot have that against such a tough opponent. You know, Coach Bob Owens said we wouldn't have scheduled Linfield if we didn't think we could beat them. They need to play a little bit more focused here if they want to keep this slim 7-0 lead.
Who's doing audio? Send them up here because I don't feel this any good. Hand off to Willis. No, it's a play action. Pass downfield. Good coverage. Chase Tamashiro, excuse me. Looking for Charlie, popping down the right side. Nothing doing.
What a great fake there by Sam Riddle, able to hold the ball in his running back arms as long as he could. Just missed it a little long, but that is due to inexperience there. A little bit too much adrenaline in that throw.
2nd and 10 from the 34. Riddle fires. This one is dropped. That was in the hands of Charlie Poppin, and he just couldn't hang on. Very uncharacteristic.
Charlie Poppin, such a sure-handed receiver. Again, this is one of the positions where the Wildcats rely on coming into this season, trying to help out their young quarterbacks, their young running backs. The experience of the wide receivers needs to show here if Linfield is going to beat Chapman.
3rd and 10 for Riddle. Riddle has some time. Not for long. Brought down Alex Rory, the defensive tackle, making the stop. And another 3 and out.
What great coverage by the Panther secondary. Sam Riddle has to eventually tuck and run, but he's not going to go anywhere there. He's going to leave it up to his punter, try and drive Chapman all the way back.
So much has been made of this Panthers offense. The Chapman defense has been phenomenal through the first 16 minutes and 7 seconds.
You know, Michael Leahy, when we talked to him earlier, he said that they were tired of hitting each other in training camp. They were so ready to come into this game, especially the defense, and start hitting opponents. They are certainly showing that today.
That one down at about the 15, so Chapman will have to go 85 yards. They're looking to punch it in once again. Chapman leading 7-0 over Linfield with 13 minutes, 32 seconds remaining here in the first half. Some people various Division III football websites saying the Panthers a 17-point underdog. They're up 7 points right now here in the second quarter. The Panthers do have some experience playing in big games at home. They did play Redlands last year, and really was the SCIAC championship game was at home. That was the only loss the Panthers have had in their last 9 home games. They were up by 10 points going into the fourth quarter, ended up losing that game. Now the Panthers trying to learn from the mistakes made there and capitalize here on the season opener against number 5 Linfield. Second and 8. Play action. This one is going to be flipped over. That's Dolbear, who loses it. Picked up by Jimerson. I guess it's nice to have a guy that's used to punt and kick coverage there to scoop that one up.
Jimerson able to notice the ball loose. He was right in the right place at the right time and able to get that first down back anyway.
Correction, that was Sean Davis who fumbled there. And a player is down for Linfield. Trying to say who that is. Eli Biodine played all 12 games last year, 2-year starter. Played at St. Louis High School in Hawaii. Powerhouse High School on the islands. 2010 state championship. He was a part of that team. Forced that fumble. You can see trying to get back there, maybe just twist his ankle a little bit. Runs into his teammate. See where the injury may have happened. Can't quite tell. He's being attended to right now. Pause on the field. We'll take one as well. 12:48 remaining here in the first half. It's the Panthers by a touchdown, 7-0 over the number 5 Wildcats. Welcome back. 12 minutes, 45 seconds and ticking here in the first half. Chapman football leading by a touchdown. Leahy from the shotgun on 1st and 10. His pocket closed quickly, and he is brought down again. Sacked. Their 3rd sack of the night. Alex Hoff able to get into the backfield. First team All-Northwest Conference a year ago. Hoff, an interesting guy, number 55 for Linfield. Made his way onto the roster as a long snapper back in 2012. That was the only way he could get to the game. Now a starter on the defensive line. Is so good, an all-conference player up in the Northwest. 2nd and 13. And a very minimal game. Panthers pick up a yard.
Here comes that defensive line of Linfield again, swarming the running back, not letting him get past the line of scrimmage. This whole drive has been without Cody Chappell, who led them to their first touchdown earlier in the first quarter.
The Panthers do have options at running back, but this may be a passing situation, 3rd and 11. It's Jimerson in motion from left to right. Leahy with some pressure, dancing around in the backfield. Now he's hit trying to stay on his feet, is brought down back of the line of scrimmage. So no gain on 3rd down, and now the Panthers will be forced to kick.
Wildcats so fast, so athletic. Look how fast they get into the pocket. Now Leahy has nowhere to go, only can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now Marcus Trujillo has to try and get another bomb. He's been successful with that so far, pinning them back inside the 10 twice.
Panthers just 83 yards of total offense so far. Good kick and taken down. How's that for some coverage? Getting downfield. Devin Kelly, he's already recovered a kick. Recovered a fumble, now making that stop.
Now don't forget about the punter there. Marcus Trujillo blasting that punt. You know there were 6 Panthers named to the USA College Football preseason list. Marcus Trujillo was one of them.
So nice to have great special teams if you're Chapman. The Linfield offense comes onto the field now just limited to 18 yards of offense. so far today. Quick pass. That one is caught. On the reception, Evan Peterson. Excuse me, that's Colin Nelson. Thomas Yarro making the tackle. 2nd and 1. Ball on the 36. Hurdle hands it off. That was Sam Robinson. Was able to pick up the first down. So Robinson picks up the first down for the Wildcats, who now are at the Linfield 39, less than 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Samuel Robinson easily could be their fastest runner on the team. He's a converted wide receiver as a penalty flag comes in.
And there's a false start against the Wildcats. Going to be charged against Pono Kolua, senior from Hawaii. Little counter play back to Robinson, who picks up a yard, maybe 2. 2nd and 13.
Panthers trying to take advantage of that penalty. See them able to swarm Robinson before he gets too far into the secondary. Still 2nd down and long.
Riddle. Shotgun set, 2nd and 13. Riddle, his time is limited, and he's brought down. Coming up to make the sack, Greg Johnson. The Panthers, leading tackler from a year ago, making that stop in the backfield.
2 long routes there for Linfield. Quarterback unable to find them. Defensive line coming up big for the Panthers.
Greg Johnson, outside backer, 64 tackles in 2013. 3rd and 13. Riddle hit as he throws, and that one is caught. Big play for the Wildcats. And Colin Nelson able to get deep into Panther territory, knocked out of bounds at the 36.
This is what Linfield is known for. They're able to ground and pound and then come up with big plays down the field. They're already in Panther territory just like that.
1st and 10 to 36, a draw play. They go back to Robinson, and Robinson is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
You could see the Panthers all over that from the start of the play. They were sniffing that out. Robinson nowhere to go once he gets to the outside, can't turn the corner.
7-0, Chapman leading Linfield. 7 minutes, 42 seconds remain in the first half. Riddle completes this pass. That one is caught by Evan Peterson. Evan Peterson played at Issaquah High School in Bellevue, Washington, is the best player in Issaquah history. He set single game, season, and career records in yards, receptions, and touchdowns. How's that for leaving a legacy?
This wide receiving core is so deep. We only highlighted 2 of them. There could be easily 4 that we could have highlighted.
That a good pass, and we're starting to see right now Sean Riddle looking very poised in the pocket.
So poised for a sophomore in his first game here of the season. Didn't get much of any playing time last year. And now he's looking like a seasoned veteran.
That last reception made by Eric Douglas III. Riddle is met at the line of scrimmage and brought down. Garrett Frediani there to make the stop.
Chapman defense ready for that option read that time. Riddle again holding the ball in his running back's arms for as long as he can. Faked out a few Panther defenders, but the rest of them were waiting.
2nd and 11. That one is caught inside the Panther 10-yard line. Wonderful reception made by Peterson in some traffic.
Here comes that no-huddle offense. They're going to go quickly here.
And now Linfield is in the red zone with time. This pass is caught and a touchdown for the Wildcats. Making the grab, Eric Douglas III. And Linfield finally able to counter the Panthers' first punch.
The highlight of that whole
a PAT away from tying it up.
That highlight of that whole drive were the wide receivers, that veteran core of wide receivers. We are hearing names that we didn't even know of coming into the ball game because that's how deep this wide receiving core is.
There's a lot of depth. Linfield has a JV team, rumor has it. Over 100 guys coming out to play football. A real football tradition at Linfield College. That one's up and through for the touchdown, and we are tied at 7. 6:03 to play here in the first half. We'll be back with the final 6 minutes and 3 seconds from Chapman. 7-7. 7-7, Linfield just tying it up here on the campus of Chapman University. The Wildcats, the Panthers, even. So we get ready for the final 6:03 of the first half. Here comes the kick to back. It'll go to the 1-yard line. Picked up by Stancil. Taken down about the 17. 5:57 remaining, where the Panthers will begin the drive. Looking to answer now. And here's that touchdown Linfield just scored. Riddle with time. That's a nice play, nice catch. 23-yard touchdown, which tied this game up.
You can see how athletic this Linfield receiving core is. 2 receivers able to go get that ball before any Chapman defenders are even close. This is where the Panthers need to answer. They have 6 minutes to go ahead and drive the football down the field, take all of the time off the clock, don't even let the offense of Linfield come back on the field.
Second down now for Chapman. 5.5 minutes left in this first half. Chapman trying to put together another drive to respond before halftime. Linfield will get the ball back to start the second half. Izakuni, the intended target, incomplete.
Michael Leahy had Izakuni down on the other sideline by Linfield. Izakuni, the ball was in his hands, just unable to make the grab.
That last drive for Linfield. 66 yards, 6 minutes, 34 seconds, ends with a 23-yard touchdown grab.
Both teams taking their time, getting down the field. Both touchdowns taking over 6 minutes.
That looks like a timeout on the field called by Chapman. That's their final timeout here in the half. The Panthers have used them all up. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, 7-7, Chapman and Linfield. Brought down. Yeah, that's Keen Stancil. Getting all the way to the 47-yard line, and a big offensive play by the Panthers.
Big yardage man average, almost 9 yards a carry last year. 5'10" running back, so elusive when he gets into the secondary.
Leahy takes it himself.
Leahy with the keeper. Brought down by number 12.
4 minutes, 40 seconds. Leahy brought down back in the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right, single receiver on the left. Leahy from the shotgun. Hits Jimerson. Jimerson able to get the first down, and the Panthers are in a Wildcat territory. First and 10 from the 41. That's Leahy. Rolling to his left, hits Jimerson again. And Jimerson has been the go-to target for Leahy. He completes that one. Brought down to the 31.
Seems like Michael Leahy and Blair Jimerson had a pregame meal together. Talk things over before the game.
They'll say it's the 33. Move it back a couple of yards on the spot. Second and 2. This is a handoff. Stancil going south to go north and gets the first down. Great job by Keen Stancil to know exactly where he needed to go to get the first.
Stancil with such awareness, bouncing back, knowing that that's going to get him enough yardage for the first down. And enough power out from his legs to get the first into the secondary. Just getting that yardage.
Leahy from the 30. Little swing pass to Chappell. Chappell's got to beat one man. He does just that. Got the first down. Still going. Inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. 17-yard pickup on the swing pass to Cody Chappell.
Guess what, Trent? Something that they were able to execute almost 100% of the time last year. Great play by Cody Chappell, getting into the secondary in less than a second.
Back to Chappell, who's brought down to the backfield this time. Wildcats starting to wise up.
They have such a short field now. Their linemen are going to be so aggressive, trying to get to the run as quickly as possible. They want a field goal out of this, no doubt.
Second and 13 from the 15. Man in motions, Jimerson from right to left. Leahy's going to keep this one himself in the quarterback draw. Was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Gains 3 yards on the play. Drop to the 12. It'll be 3rd and 10 now.
It's going to be very interesting to see what Coach Owens wants from his offense. Putting Cody Chappell back into the game. Is he going to go with a short pass to Chappell, or is he going to try and find one of the receivers on the ends?
Stancil. Nowhere to go. Picks up a couple yards, brought down at the 10. So will likely bring up a field goal situation, but hold everything, folks. Some laundry back at the 22-yard line appears to be against the Panthers. We await the call. Roughing the passer against Linfield. Another break for Chapman. And an automatic first down deep in the red zone. 1st and 5 now. 1st and goal.
What a critical play made by, it looked like the Linfield defensive end coming around, just grabbing Chapman, dragging him down.
First and goal from the 5. Panthers stand in the shotgun. Leahy. That's Chappell beside him. Handoff to Chappell. Chappell spins and scores! Touchdown, Panthers! 13-7, the touchdown with a minute to go in the half. Gives the Panthers the lead right back.
Look at Cody Chappell pound his way into the end zone, reaching all the way to the line, just getting the ball across for the touchdown. And now Chapman is going to go into the half, maybe with the lead. Only 1 minute for the Linfield offense.
Assuming they can keep it for the next minute. But man, that's a sign of a mature team, if you ask me. You go a big underdog in this game. You had the lead early. You give it up. And then to come right back with 5 minutes to go in the half, march 83 yards down the field, and then result in a touchdown. You can't ask for much better than that. That's a mature team.
This offense seemed unfazed by the Linfield touchdown, and they knew they just wanted to just come back, get right back into their own groove. Never mind about Linfield scoring. They're just going to outscore them in this first half, go in with the lead, something that Linfield might be very uncomfortable with. That's something they haven't been used to from last season.
Chappell, 7 of 44 now, 7 carries for 44 yards, and now a touchdown to go along with it. The Panthers have a 7-point lead. Now, keep in mind, Linfield does get the ball back to start the second half. The Panthers started the game with it.
That's what makes a defensive stop here without a score so much more important. You want Linfield only to be able to tie coming into the second half.
And the Panthers trying to avoid that. They want to go in with the lead. Little squib kick. Mounts at the 15, trying to change directions. They decide not to. Nice running right there by Brian Castle, sophomore. That previous drive for the Panthers, 82 yards, did it in just under 5 minutes, and Cody Chappell scored 10 touchdowns a year ago, his first of the 2013 season. Gives the Panthers a 7-point cushion. And back into the game at quarterback for Linfield, Tom Connect. This after Sean Riddle just marched down for a touchdown. Here comes Connect. Connect's first throw is caught. And it's Charlie Poppin, who's brought down at the 34 after a gain of 6. And again, coming up at the halftime, don't go too far away. Wes Rappaport sits down with Bob Owens, an exclusive one-on-one interview previewing this season. As that pass is caught, Balsiger gets out of bounds at the 40 and a first down for Linfield. 33.7 seconds remaining here in the half. Linfield does have all 3 timeouts remaining. The Panthers have none.
You can see why Tommy Connect is back into the ball game. He's 6'5". He's able to see his targets so quickly. He's delivering passes in a second.
Trying to find Poppin again, could not do it. Incomplete. And this is a test now for Linfield. Can they march down in a minute, put together a drive to at least get some points on the board and at least feel a little bit better about themselves heading into halftime?
That will be important. They cannot be down by 7. That will be almost demoralizing for a team that was never down at the half last season against teams that weren't ranked.
Balsiger catches that one at the 49. He's brought down a yard short of a first, and a timeout called by Linfield with 21.4 seconds left in this half. We'll keep it here, but a timeout on the field. They'll reset the game clock to 23 seconds, so the Linfield Wildcats out of the Northwest Conference, winners of 5 straight Northwest championships. We're 11-1 last season. In the rankings this year, Linfield number 5 in America. Wisconsin Whitewater on top at number 1. Chapman did receive votes. The way it shakes out, they would be the 29th ranked team in the country, but you can see Linfield right there at number 5. But it's Wisconsin Whitewater who beat Linfield in the quarterfinals last year. Some bad blood between those two programs. But if Chapman can somehow win this game today, they will certainly be in the national picture. Connect with time, and then has to throw off his back foot. He had a long time to throw, but maybe waited too long. Good defense, good coverage by the secondary.
The defensive backs, you can count 7 of them back there in coverage. They were almost in prevent defense, zone defense, all over the coverage, all over the receivers' routes.
And for Linfield, that was a failure on 3rd and 1 to not be able to pick up a yard coming out of a timeout and continue their march. Linfield will now line up to punt. We'll see if they try to run any trickery here with 16 seconds remaining in the half. 6 seconds left on the game clock. Play clock, rather. They will choose to punt. It's a good one. Fair catch being called. Will be downs at about the 15-yard line. Chapman will have 3 seconds to try to run a play. They will likely just take their lead into the half. And what impressive showing. Chapman's offense, they scored 2 touchdowns. That's about what you can expect. But how about the defense in the first half, Matt Brown?
Linfield's top scoring offense of last year has all but disappeared here in the first half at Ernie Chapman Stadium. It's only 7 points on the board in 2 quarters. It's almost shocking here up in the press box.
Leahy will just take a knee, and we will go to halftime. The Panthers leading number 5 Linfield by a touchdown. Hey America, how's this for an upset alert on College Football Saturday? Panthers by a touchdown. We'll take a quick break, but don't go too far away. Wes Rappaport, 6 down with head coach Bob Owens. It's the Panthers by a touchdown here on the Chapman Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the campus of Chapman University. It's the Panthers leading number 5 Linfield 14-7 at the half. I'm Trent Schlum. He is Matt Brown. And Matt, what's your take on this first half? Pretty unexpected to see Chapman with the lead against such a prominent team.
So unexpected to see 2 prolific offenses a year ago not even break 20 in the first half. It's all about defense so far. We're going to have to see what happens in the second half, all these adjustments at halftime.
Yeah, and so far the Chapman defense has been better. High expectations for this Chapman football team this year, coming off of an 8-1 season a year ago, really a quarter away from winning a SCIAC championship, and they brought back just about everybody. So high expectations, and our Wes Rappaport met with Coach Bob Owens to talk about that and much more.
For Chapman football coach Bob Owens, this year is nothing new. High hopes for his Panthers this season after setting records left and right last fall.
We've just worked hard.
With number 5 ranked Linfield the first opponent for this squad, they'll turn to their strong senior leadership. Coach O is confident in this group.
We've placed a lot of trust in the hands of our seniors over the years, and we've continuously tried to build a great senior class.
Injuries? Noted, but not a concern.
It is what it is. We're excited that we have McKivens back. Is he 100%? No. But are we excited? 75% McKivens is pretty good.
All right, it's Saturday night. The guys are getting ready to take the field. What's the last thing you tell them before game time?
Win. we take the field each time believing that we can win the football game.
Coach says if he had to boil down the season to just one goal, he wants his players to make the most of their Chapman experience.
Walk away from here 20 years from now, look back on the experience at Chapman University, both as a student and as a student athlete, and just go, wow.
And with a promising season, that's all Bob Owens can ask for as he enters his 9th year at the helm. In Orange, Wes Rappaport, Chapman News.
All right, so with some insightful words from Coach there. When we come back, some more analysis, and we'll have some first half stats and highlights when we come back. It's the Panthers leading number 5 Linfield 14-7 at the break. We'll be right back on the Chapman Broadcast Network.
14-7 Chapman. Yes, Chapman over the number 5 team in the country, Linfield Wildcats. Welcome back. I'm Matt Brown. Trent Schloem alongside with me. What a first half, Trent.
Yeah, and a beautiful night here in Orange. Surprisingly, the Panthers leading by a touchdown. A big part of that, they have held Linfield, a zone read team, to just 16 yards of rushing. It's been very impressive, this Chapman defense has been. As we take a look at some of these team stats to compare these offenses, Chapman has the lead in total yards and total plays, but it's that rushing stat which surprised me the most.
One thing that is not on that list here is possession time. Chapman having 20 minutes of the ball. Linfield under 10.
So the Panthers will now try to hang on to this lead as we get ready for the second half. Panthers by a touchdown, but let's see how we got there first and have a look at some of those first half highlights. Matt, take us away.
There's Michael Leahy over there. What a great pass. What a great route. And Leahy.
Spencer Jordan making that the first score of the game, gave Panthers a 7-0 lead, and then Linfield would answer. This pass, big completion into the corner, making that snag. How about Eric Douglas III tied that game up at 7, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Cody Chappell rumbling, tumbling, stumbling his way, diving across the goal line to give the Panthers a 14-7 lead, and that is where we are at right now for the opening kick of the second half here in the 2014 season. It's the Panthers 14-7. Cody Chappell has been a star so far. Kind of an unexpected hero for Chapman in the first half.
I think they knew they wanted to go to Chappell sometime in this ball game. Coach Owens so confident in his depth at running back coming into this game. He just saw what Cody Chappell was giving him was great reading of the experienced defensive line of Linfield.
So much had been made of Jeremiah McKibben's return. It's been his replacement from last year, Chappell, who has been the key offensively. That one will go about 5 yards deep into the end zone. Take a knee, yes sir. That's popping. And Linfield will begin on the 20. So now the Linfield Wildcats come back out. Still trying to solve a quarterback issue that they have. Earlier in the week, we thought Yarro would be the starter. Tom Connect has gotten the start. Sean Riddle came in. He led the Wildcats to their only touchdown. And now Riddle is back here as the Wildcats begin on the 25-yard line. That's going to be a handoff to Tavon Willis. Willis picks up 2 down to the 27.
There was a zone read play right there. We haven't seen as much of that zone read as we would think. It's their bread and butter. You would think they would go to that first and second down consistently. They've been going to their mid-range passes so much. Chapman able to stop them as well.
Riddle's in some trouble. Just able to get rid of it and makes a completion out of it. What great vision by Sean Riddle.
Great ad-libbing first, getting out of the pocket, getting away from the defensive lineman of the Panthers, and seeing a wide open man downfield. Getting the first down.
First and 10 from the 35. Riddle. Hand off to Willis. No, Riddle will keep this one himself on the zone read. Picks up 9 yards on the play. Will bring up 2nd and 1. Chapman cheer getting into some of the action tonight. Supporting the team down on the sidelines. Where's Pete the Panther?
I don't know. Looking all downfield, he is nowhere to be found.
Willis to the outside. Swarming defense by the Chapman Panthers to stop Willis behind the line of scrimmage. Well, Willis did fight his way forward. It's going to come down to the spot. It looked like he was taken down in the backfield. There's a Panther head. A nice crowd tonight here at Ernie Chapman Stadium. There's Pete down in the corner dancing in front of the cheerleaders. All right.
It's not a Panther football game without Pete.
Yeah, especially this. Could be one of the biggest games in school history. Riddle to throw. Sacked. Greg Johnson in the backfield, making the stuff.
Greg Johnson, the leader of this linebacking corps, seeing that all the way. He knew what Riddle was doing. Senior from Saratoga, bringing him down behind the line.
2nd and 17 now for the 7-yard loss on the sack by Greg Johnson. Riddle's going to run. He gets all the way to midfield. So a 12-yard pickup on that play. Nice scrambling ability by Sean Riddle, the quarterback. Sam Riddle.
Riddle again able to tuck and run right up the middle. Great job by the offensive line. The experience coming into effect there for Linfield.
It's Sam Riddle, 3rd and 5 now. Quick throw, and this one is nearly intercepted. Chase Tomashiro had a beat on it and is unable to hang on.
Sam Riddle going to his first option right away. Did not see Tomashiro lurking in the background. Not the greatest throw. Tomashiro just unable to come up with it.
Yeah,
doesn't matter, it's a 4th down.
Yeah, popping the intended receiver. Tomashiro just unable to come up with it. End over end kick. Looks like it may have hit a Panther at the 20. Heads up play by Jimerson to dive on that. So the Panthers avert disaster with 11:52 remaining here in the first half and get the ball back after another stop of the Linfield Wildcats. Cannot say enough about how good Chapman's defense has been. I know it sounds like we're just saying this time after time, but the defense was problematic at times for the Panthers a year ago, but they averaged 45 points a game, makes things okay. This has been a defensive struggle, and the Panthers are winning the battle.
There's a reason why we keep bringing this up again and again. It's just too shocking to see Linfield with only a 7 up on the board, and it's in the second half.
Linfield averaged 48.8 points per game in 2013. That was the best in America. So far tonight, just 7 points, under 150 yards of total offense. 2nd and 7 now. Leahy from the shotgun. Rolls to his right. Nice block by Chappell to give him some time, and Sean Myers makes the catch and a 1st down for the Panthers.
Leahy able to scramble out of the pocket again. This was designed for him to go right to his receiver. Had his first option open, and Sean Myers able to nail it for a 1st down.
Yeah, blitz on the outside, and Cody Chappell made a very nice block on that play to give him a little bit of space. At least some time. First and 10 from the 39. Panthers try to go up the gut. Pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. Chappell's been a workhorse tonight.
Handoff to Chapman. Brought down at the 31-yard line by number 15, Yamamoto.
9 carries for 49 yards. Scored a touchdown.
From the 31-yard line.
10 and a half to go here in the third. Panthers on their second drive. Excuse me, their first drive of the second half. Leahy's got a one-on-one downfield right side, incomplete.
You see here, Jeremy Gerard, number 48 of the Linfield Wildcats, getting right up in Leahy's face, tackling him right as he makes the throw. Kind of affected that passing attempt.
Yeah, Myers with the one-on-one over on the far side. Tried to create some space, but just couldn't do it. Good coverage by the Linfield secondary. This is a draw play. McKibbins bouncing to the outside, and he is stopped. All eyes keying on Jeremiah McKibbins, who after rushing for over 1,100 yards in 2012, missed all of last year. He's had a little bit of a slow return. It's going to take some time, missing all last year with an ACL.
Physically, he looks okay. He looks fine. He seems to have his cutbacks back. It's just the vision. It's just the playing time that he needs to get back into the flow of things.
And McKibbins, 5 carries, just 2 yards so far in this game. There's a lot of room for this return. Panthers put an end to it at the 45. Charlie Poppin able to put a pretty good return there to give nice field position to the Linfield Wildcats with 9:25. Remaining here in the third quarter. First and 10. We'll go to Robinson. Robinson picks up 5 yards on the play. And a new quarterback into the game is Matt Yarbrough. This one is coming back, holding against Levi Oldringer, the tight end for Linfield. So in the first play with a new quarterback, Linfield will have to push it back 10 yards. But now we have seen the Wildcats' third quarterback here tonight.
And this is the quarterback that we thought would be the first quarterback we saw today. Matt Yarbrough is much more of a runner, and you saw right there, he goes straight to his zone read offense.
Throws on the run here. That one caught by Poppin, who steps out at the 41. About a 5-yard pickup. For 2nd and 15. Second and 15. Yarbrough downfield looking for. That was Poppin, and breaking it up was Thomas Shiro.
Matt Yarbrough looking downfield straight for Poppin. He was on him the whole time. Underthrew him a little bit, and this is why we knew coming in that he is more of a runner. He doesn't have as strong of an arm as the other two. Interesting to see that long passing attempt.
3rd and 15, and a flag thrown here. We'll await the call down on the field. Penalties have been a real problem for Linfield so far this evening. And that's another one against the Wildcats. They'll have to scoot back another 5 yards.
there's
3rd and
any
20.
disappointment for Coach Joe Smith of the Wildcats, it's his offensive line causing so many penalties off of false starts, holding, clipping, costing them precious yardage for their young quarterbacks.
That's the 7th penalty against the Wildcats. They've lost 60 yards. Pressure is on and knocked down by Greg Johnson. An inspired defensive effort by the Panthers to knock down the pass and bring up a punting situation.
Seemed like a delay screen here. The Panthers so quick to get into the pocket that Samuel Robinson, the running back, unable to even get close to that pass.
Yeah, it was Rory with the pressure, and then Johnson knocked it down. 8:28 left in the 3rd quarter. Will get this one up. Takes a Linfield bounce. Go all the way inside the 20. It's about the 18-yard line where Chapman will begin the drive. Now looking to get a little bit of a cushion, but they know the Panther defense can hold. They get another stop. But this is becoming a little bit of a problem for Linfield. At first, it's okay, the offense is slow starting. Now we're approaching the midway point here in the 3rd quarter, excuse me. They're on their 3rd quarterback, and they seem lost on offense.
This is a huge problem for a number 5 team.
You say the offensive line has been a disappointment. Steven Schultz, left tackle's an All-American. The whole offensive line has started games in the past for Linfield coming into this season. That's Stancil on the edge, who's knocked out of bounds at the 26 for an 8-yard pickup.
I was going to say, huge problem to see all these experienced linemen having almost what it looks like first game jitters all of the season. Maybe it's the crowd getting into it. Maybe it's them getting caught off guard with 3 quarterbacks coming into the ball game. I'm not sure, but these false starts, these holding calls need to stop if they're going to be able to come back in this one.
The Chapman faithful are very supportive. But Matt, let's be honest, this is not the Autzen Zoo.
No, it's not. It's not.
You know,
and you see on the other side of the sideline, Linfield has a following of their own. I
Linfield
see a lot of
travel.
purple on that other side of the bleachers. It's not like they're here alone.
the Wildcat fans have traveled very, very well. There's a look at them filling the away sideline. Love the support of their team. A proud football tradition up in Oregon with Linfield. Panthers in the process of building their own kind of tradition. Leahy hit as he throws. Intended receiver was Myers, but that well off the mark.
Number 83, Sean Myers. Ball's incomplete.
Here comes that Linfield defense back again, but of course, how many stops do they need to get before their offense produces a touchdown for them and ties this game up?
Well, Chapman, a 3 and out that time. Trujillo, very good kick. Back to the 25 where this one was caught. And now it'll be up to the Chapman defense again to get a stop.
We may have to check on which quarterback comes out here again. It seems to be like they are platooning these quarterbacks. Doesn't matter if they get a touchdown or not.
Sam Riddle.
Here comes Sam Riddle back out. He's the only one that has produced for this offense.
Movement up front. This one appears to be against the Panthers.
Offside. Number 99 defense making contact prior to the snap. 5 yards.
Number 99, Alex Rory.
So,
clearly making contact to an offensive lineman that didn't show any moves.
1st and 5 now from the 30. Well defended by the Panthers, Sean Davey, to break it up. But this is very tough for this Linfield offense, working in 3 different quarterbacks. You know, these guys aren't exactly illiterate when it comes to understanding the playbook, but at the same time, they do have different situations to come into. None of them really have any experience in just being thrown in on a whim. It seems you never know who's going to be starting each drive. Tough spot for a quarterback.
Certainly, certainly. Last year, they had one quarterback go all the way until they had such a comfortable lead. Then they would start filling the other ones in as another good hit by a Chapman defender.
Riddle's pass complete to number 17, Levi Altringer.
That's the tight end, Altringer. Oh, hit. Osai Kyombare, outstanding senior safety. It's been held in check for the most part of time and makes that tackle. 1st and 10 from the 46. This one is caught right around midfield for a pickup of 4.
Going back to Akianbari, is another one of those Panthers named to the USA college football preseason list. He had 44 solo tackles last year and an interception.
Panthers 49-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
Hand off to Willis, who's got some room. Willis down the left sideline inside the 30 to the 27.
Tavon Willis, such breakaway speed. This is what he's looking for all game. He's looking for a big hole from his offensive line. There it is right there. Haven't seen too much of that, surprisingly, from this offensive line of Linfield.
Wasting no time. Riddle downfield. Touchdown, Linfield. A wide open Charlie Poppin on the reception. A big play by the Wildcats, and this one's all tied up.
Poppin able to beat 2 receivers downfield. That ended up being just a lob over into the end zone.
$27-yard touchdown. That drive began on the Linfield 25. The Wildcats march 75 yards to tie this one up at 14 apiece. 5:47 remaining in the 3rd. We got a pretty good football game coming up. Continuing when we come back here on the Panther Chapman Broadcast Network. One of the most highly anticipated games in the history of Chapman football, and with good reason, because it's living up to it. 14-14 between Chapman and the number 5 Linfield Wildcats with 5:47 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. I'm Trent Schlom beside Matt Brown with you. And the Panthers will look to respond. Receiving here comes the kick from Conley. Stancil takes it about a yard deep into the end zone. Across the 15 has eyes to the 20, goes the outside, breaks it far side of the 23. The Panthers will have to go 77 yards to respond, but this isn't unfamiliar territory for Chapman. The last time Linfield scored, the Panthers were able to answer right back.
This is what an experienced team does. They disregard what the other team has just done, go ahead and answer back, get into your own rhythm, march down the field. Never mind about 5:41 left in the 3rd quarter. You're going to go ahead, take your time, run the football, get down the field in a timely manner.
Leahy went from the shotgun with trips to the left. Leahy looking left, nothing there. And tucks it down, but you could see Leahy check one, check two, no, time to tuck and run. You don't have time to go through many more progressions than that because of how physical this Linfield defensive front is.
He knows this is the second half now. He knows how long he has before he has to tuck and run. He was able to get a couple of yards there. That's a lot more than he has been getting, especially in the first half.
2nd and 8 from the 25. Same formation. Handoff, Chappell. Chappell coughs it up. It looks like that was Leahy diving on it. And a great play by the quarterback, Michael Leahy, to dive on the football and save the drive for Chapman.
Taking a look at the replay here, Michael Leahy, you can't see it here, but he's coming right back. Here he is, cat-like reflexes. Turn the other way, pounce on it before the defender does.
That is what elite players and great leaders do, sacrificing his body to pick up a fumble.
He knows how important this drive is. They need to keep the football in order to come back here.
Making some moves to break the tackle. That was Terrell Dahlberry. And that's a first down. Dahlberry, another one of those guys in the mix last year alongside Chappell, who replaced McKibbins after the injury. Now getting some reps here. Chapman's so deep at running back. I don't know that there is a more deep and complete running back core anywhere in America than right here at Chapman. Back to Dahlberry. Unable to gain much. Picks up maybe a yard. Call it 2nd and 9.
You can see Chapman taking their time here. They're going to run this clock all the way down. They don't care about how long they hold this ball. They held it for 20 minutes in the first half.
The Panthers have dominated the possession battle. Swing pass to Myers on the screen, gets to the 40. Able to pick up about 3 yards there.
I guess I shouldn't say they don't care about how long they take. They do care. They want to take their time. They want to keep it away from that Linfield offense, who just scored, maybe in a rhythm. They want to keep them off the field as long as they want, or as long as they can.
As good as the Chapman defense has been, they got punched in the mouth on that last drive and maybe in need of a little recovery here. Could use some help from the offense. Dahlberry picks up 2 on the play on 3rd down. Will be bring up 4th and 4. So you see some of the stats of the players to watch. We talked about before the game. Cody Chappell, 51 yards and a touchdown so far. Leahy has not been able to complete much through the air, just 82 yards, but does have the one passing touchdown. And Sean Myers, just 1 catch for 13 yards. Panthers will now have to punt. Trujillo is back for Chapman. Robinson takes it from the 21 and is tripped up. Special teams MVP, Devin Kelly, has been all over the field.
First man down every single time. Able to catch the foot there. He almost overran the play. Able to turn back, dive, and catch the foot, trip up the punt returner before he even reaches another Chapman defender. We have an updated players to watch for Linfield coming up after this replay. Look at that. Devin Kelly, special teams MVP, like we said, for sure.
And as for Linfield, some of their players to watch: Savon Willis, 14 yards. Balsinger, just 2 catches. Peterson, 3 receptions. It has been quite a mix of players for both these teams. No one superstar yet. Pass downfield, cut. Maybe he's a superstar. Charlie Poppin, race to the end zone, and Poppin will be knocked out of bounds at the 2, but a huge play. 73 yards.
Look at Sam Riddle. He is hurrying his offense up. He is telling them, go, go, go. He wants to get that play off right now to get into the end zone.
And now we're seeing why this is the number 5 team in America.
Sam Riddle knows exactly what to do in this situation. Get down the field, get the play, get it off right away.
Riddle from the shotgun. That's Willis to his right. Riddle's going to keep it himself. Cuts upfield. Flips his way into the end zone. Touchdown to Linfield. And the Wildcats have now scored 2 unanswered touchdowns to take the lead.
6'2" sophomore out of Century High School. Looking like a senior there. Able to read the defense and dive into the end zone for their 3rd touchdown of the game.
Here comes the PAT. That one is up and good. So 14 unanswered points for Linfield has given them a 21-14 lead. The Chapman Panthers now in desperate need to respond.
Definitely. With the defense giving up big plays now. Maybe getting tired. It's the second half. Sam Riddle figuring out the defense, as well as Charlie Poppin, who's been on the receiving end of those big plays in this second half so far.
Yeah, there's Leahy in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. It's going to be up to him to get it done for this Chapman offense. Prove why he is on that 2014 Senior Classic Preseason Super Senior Watch List. Why he was the SCIAC Player of the Year in 2013. And why Chapman believes they can come back in this game. Riddle tonight, 11 of 15, 203 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And that is with the other 2 quarterbacks in the mix. He has not played the whole game, and he is able to produce that much.
I think Riddle's the guy this way in. The rest of the way in, rather, excuse me. Keen Stansel on that return. Gets to the 16. And Chapman has a long field to work with here. That last drive for Linfield, 75 yards, doing so in 44 seconds. Sam Riddle runs it in for the touchdown on a 73-yard pass, a big part of that, when Riddle found Charlie Poppin. Now the Chapman offense right back out there in need of a response. Brought down in the backfield. Hakeem McGrew nowhere to go.
Michael Leahy might be frustrated right now. He knows that he needs the running game to be successful in order for him to be free to pass the ball down the field.
This Linfield front 7 produced the #1 rushing defense in the country last year. Pretty much everybody is back, and they are relentless up front. Leahy rolling out of the pocket. He's going to try to tuck it and go here. Picks up 5.
So scary for your #1 quarterback, Michael Leahy, to be going into the trenches, not even think of sliding. Go ahead, go helmet to helmet against the best defense in the country.
Leahy has taken a lot of shots tonight. Excuse me, that was a 7-yard pickup. So it'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Panthers. That's Stansel next to Leahy. Big 3rd down. Pressure is on. Throw over the middle. This one is caught. Jimerson stays on his feet. Will get very close to the first down line. The referee is saying, yes, that is a first. So Blair Jimerson on the reception from Leahy for a first down.
We haven't seen this connection for quite a while. They were going to each other quite often in the first half. Finally, Leahy able to find Jemerson a nice short route. Seemed like Linfield was lined up right at that first down marker trying to prevent Jemerson, but Jemerson just determined to get to that marker.
Final play before the half. It's about a 2-yard pickup. It will be 2nd and 8 when we come back for the fourth quarter. A little bit of chippiness, no flags. Chapman in need of an answer. They're down by 7. It's 21-14. The number 5 Wildcats leading the Panthers after 3. Final quarter when we return to the Chapman Broadcast Network. Panthers need all the support they can get. Cheer team rooting them on. Chapman down by 7 going into the fourth quarter, trying to pull off the upset of number 5 Linfield, who has traveled very well. They brought all kinds of fans into this game. Little screen pass to Chappell on the far edge, and Chappell's got himself a first down.
Watch out, here comes Cody Chappell on the flat, able to put his big shoulders down. Give me some extra yards.
And Leahy takes a sack deep, well beyond the line of scrimmage. Cody Chappell has been the spark for the Panthers in this game. Jeremiah McKibbins has some trouble. How about this pressure here? Alex Hoff getting right to Leahy.
That was a huge reason why. You need to get that ball off as quickly as you can, or else the Linfield D-line is going to be all over you.
2nd and 18. Leahy hands it to Chappell. Chappell cuts his way up the middle, has some room. Cody Chappell along the right side tries to put on the stiff arm, but is into Linfield territory on a big second down play by the star of the night so far, Cody Chappell.
You can have all the secondary speed you want. Chappell doesn't have too much, but it's his ability to get into the secondary that makes him so valuable.
A 29-yard pickup by Cody Chappell. Now the Panthers are in Wildcat territory. Leahy on the keeper, loses it, still on the ground, might have been able to dive on it himself. Will await the call. And he did just that. Heads up play by Leahy, who now has picked up and saved 2 potential fumbles.
My goodness, Michael Leahy taking a shot to the arm right as the ball squirts out there. Linfield just unable to come up with it. Leahy says, "Leahy, look what I found. I might as well just take it back and save this drive."
Mikey Arkins was right there and just couldn't hang on. Leahy's pass caught. Sean Myers, first down.
What opened up that scramble for Leahy was a huge block by Kean Stansel. Leahy was able to look at that right there. Stansel all over the Linfield D-line. Leahy able to complete the pass.
Big block by Stansel. And then Myers on the reception. 1st and 10 from the 27, brought down in the backfield is Stansel for a loss of 3, tackled at the 30. Will be 2nd and 13. The Panthers have struggled on first down in this game, but at least on this drive, have been very efficient on 2nd and 3rd down.
Michael Leahy won't care about that stat as long as they get into the end zone right now, get this game back to a tie ball game with 12 minutes left.
Say what you will about Michael Leahy, you can never question his heart, his desire, and his commitment. And this one looks like a timeout called by the Panthers, so nearly a delay of game. but the Panthers choose to call a timeout. Panthers call a timeout. We'll take a break as well. 21-14, Linfield buying touchdown. Second and long when we return on the Chapman Broadcast Network. Critical drive for the Panthers here in the fourth quarter. 11:45 to go in the game. Trent Schlom, Matt Brown. Panthers down by a touchdown. Second and 13 here. Leahy's pass nearly picked off. Chappell, the intended receiver. Dylan Lewis comes up to knock it down.
Panthers need to get into the end zone, especially after burning a timeout. You would think they would need these timeouts going down the stretch in this fourth quarter, but they're using it early. They're pretty confident that they can get a good playoff here. They need one here at third and long.
Well, I guess why you'd call that timeout there is you understand the importance of this drive, and you couldn't afford to lose 5 yards. But that would have meant you would want to pick up some yards on second down. Now third and long, and that one nearly intercepted. Leahy 14 of 21 for 116 yards tonight, as that one goes incomplete. Maybe a flag on the field. Warning against the sideline for Linfield. Just asking some of the coaches to scoot on back. Now brings up fourth and long, and the Panthers are going to go for it.
No hesitation from Michael Leahy and company. Cody Chappell out there. He's got Jimerson in the slot. Couple of options he's been using quite frequently in tonight's game.
Leahy, incomplete. Jordan, the intended receiver, and a turnover on downs, and a huge stop for the Linfield Wildcats.
Leahy almost seemed to baby that one. He stepped into it, was ready to throw. Gonna have to watch this again. Looks like he almost second guesses himself. Short arming that one, not the best throw in the world. Could have been a completion for a first down.
And Jordan just unable to hang on. Gosh, in baseball, we would say that kind of felt like Chapman had the bases loaded with no outs and were just unable to show anything for it.
That's exactly right, Trent. Now it's up to their defense to come up big one more time.
Pass into the flat for Robinson. Robinson has some space. Brought down at the 36-yard line. Now we're starting to see the Wildcats wearing down a Chapman defense who was stellar in the first half, but appears a bit fatigued during the second half.
If you want to compare defenses here, you can see that Linfield almost seems more energized coming out of the half. Chapman's just seems to be a couple steps slow.
You just wonder what Coach Smith must have said in the locker room. Riddle, a deep pass downfield. Falls incomplete, and Osa Aikyombare thought he had a chance at a pick. I'd say he did, but just can't quite hang on.
See Aikyombare slam the ground after he just misses a pickoff attempt. Here it is, going right through his hands. Could have been an interception.
That may have been a catch. Was very close. He just wasn't quite able to hold on long enough. Very nearly a big play for Linfield. 3rd and 4 now. Riddle. This pass is caught. Excellent hands. And the reception made by Evan Peterson.
Peterson, our man to watch today. You can see why here. Catch the ball, bring it down, prepare for the hit.
Correction, that was Brian Balsiger, a transfer from Portland State. This time it's Peterson who gets downfield for a first down. So a quick 11-yard pickup and a first down for the Wildcats. Working very quickly. It's like we're watching the Oregon Ducks. And now the Panthers will call a defensive timeout and have just one remaining with 10 minutes and 23 seconds left.
Coach O coming out with his defensive coordinator, saying, we need to stop here. I believe that's the only way to make sense of this timeout. They need to stop. That is true. They
have to regroup.
But I guess the only way they think they can get this stop is to slow the Linfield offense down. Give their defense a rest. They have been looking a step slow.
I'll tell you this, the Panthers better going to stop here. If coach is willing to sacrifice a timeout to settle his team down and get that stop, get this stop on this drive, Chapman better come through. Take a look at some of the schedules coming up for each of these teams. Linfield stays in California. They'll visit Redlands next week. Panthers hit the road. They got a bye week and 2 road games before they're back for Pomona-Pittsburgh homecoming on October 11th, and then finish the season at Redlands on November 8th.
A lot of Linfield fans so disappointed that their team has to host their first football game 4 weeks into the season.
Riddle rushes for a gain of 6. Riddle's 14 of 19 tonight for 235 yards. Has a TD through the air and on the ground. It's going to be 2 touchdowns. Second and 4. Handing off Willis. Willis has the first down. Well, hold on a second. They may want to measure this one. Very close. Ruled just shy. My mistake. Willis met in the backfield, but keeping it himself is Riddle. And a flag thrown at the 25-yard line. He had the first down. This one may be coming back.
What a well-executed play again by Riddle, holding the ball in his running back's hands for as long as he can. Tavon Willis sacrificing his body. However, it's a holding call, bringing this ball all the way back to almost the original spot.
So that changes a first down to 3rd and 9. 9 penalties against Linfield, 86 yards they have lost in penalties.
3rd down, 9 yards to go. Panther defense needs to stop here.
Pressure's on, hit as he's throwing. And that one is intercepted. Connor Larkin. Making the interception. And a huge stop for the Panthers. Okay, I think that makes the timeout worth it.
It's one thing to notice a big situation and call a timeout. It's another thing to actually have your team execute it. They caught a break on that penalty. They realized how big this play was going to be. Connor Larkin steps up, makes a huge play.
8 minutes, 48 seconds left. This is the Panthers' chance. Chappell picks up a couple, trying to get to the right edge. It's a gain of 2. He's 2nd and 8. Handoff to McKibbins. Gets to the 20-yard line. And that right there is the man who just made the biggest play of the game, Connor Larkin. Had that interception. First turnover in this game.
Gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down and 5.
Larkin now asking the offense to make his pick worth it. Handoff McKibbins. McKibbins has the first down. All the way to the 30-yard line and a 10-yard pickup by Jeremiah McKibbins.
Trent, I think we just took a step back in time. I think that was 2012 Jeremiah McKibbins right there. Getting the first down from the line of scrimmage, 10 yards away.
He's struggled a little bit tonight, but the word is McKibbins is healthy.
It's all about getting back into game mode. It's one thing to be in training camp, hitting against your own players. It's another thing to go up against the number 5 team in the country.
1st and 10 from the 31. Nowhere to go. No gain. Stancil stopped the line of scrimmage. The Panthers all-time 0-12 against the top 25. 0-8 in the Bob Owens era, but 5 of those games have been decided by 10 points or less. Panthers trying to change that tonight. Leahy got a hand on the jersey and he's thrown to the ground at the 24.
It was known last season that the Linfield defense stepped it up even more after the half. They're showing it right here. 4th quarter, they know they need a stop to hold the lead, hold Michael Leahy, bring him down way behind the line of scrimmage.
If Chris Hicks touches him anymore, that would have been called a holding. 3rd and 17. Screen pass. Stancil only able to pick up 5 yards, now 4th and 12. And here comes the punt team for Chapman with 5:35 and that clock ticking away. Panthers can only stop the clock one more time, only 1 timeout left. Linfield has all 3. And now Chapman must get a quick stop and then get the ball back.
First things first, Trujillo needs to have one more booming punt down the field, put some pressure on the Linfield offense.
Line drive will roll to the 32-yard line, where Linfield will take over for the final 5 minutes and 4 seconds. Panthers running out of time. We'll be right back to the close of this one here in the Chapman Broadcast Network. Welcome back. He's Matt Brown. I'm Trent Schlom. Linfield a 1-touchdown lead, 21-14. With possession right now, Sam Riddle has been brilliant for the Wildcats tonight. He's rushing here along the left side towards the sideline, brought down after a gain of 1 at the 33.
You can bet Riddle is going to want to keep the ball more than he's going to want to pass because he wants this clock to keep running. There's only 4:40 left in the game. He wants to go all the way with the ball in his hands.
Willis towards the middle, picks up a couple. Now here comes a big 3rd down, and Chapman, if they can get a stop here, would get some of that momentum back.
They definitely need this stop. It's 3rd and 5. This is your best chance. You stop Little for a short gain for first down. Another short gain on 2nd. 3rd down needs to be an incompletion.
3rd and 5, 3 minutes, 49 seconds. Riddle's throw, knocked up in the air, falls incomplete, and now Linfield will be forced to punt.
There is that incompletion from the Chapman defense. They needed that. Here comes Jemerson. He may want to get 10, 15 yards on this punt return. get his offense as much of a head start as they can get, because Michael Leahy and company have been struggling down the stretch.
Garrett Frediani getting his paws on that one to knock it down. Linfield will punt. It's a good punt. Jimerson back, calls fair catch at the 17-yard line. The Panthers will have to go 83 yards in 3 minutes and 37 seconds, and they need a touchdown to tie this one up. 21-14. We'll have that Panther drive for you when we come back.
21-14, you saw it right there. Linfield leading. Michael Leahy trying to march his team down 83 yards for a touchdown to tie the game.
Flips this one to Jimerson, who takes a shot to the head. Pickup of 2 yards. Make it 3 or 4. I'm just watching the referee slide on down. 2nd and 6 now. Ball on the 22-yard line. Let's see some of Leahy's stats today. Mike Leahy, the quarterback for the Panthers. What has he done so far? 15 of 23, 122 yards, 1 touchdown. One of the most efficient passers in college football. 1 yard pickup. We've seen the Panthers pretty conservative tonight, keeping the ball on the ground for the most part.
They wanted to keep, when you are the unranked team going up against the number 5 team in this country, you want the ball as long as you can. Keep the other offense off the field, and maybe you can pull one off. They've done that for a good amount of the game today, just that they haven't been able to score just enough.
3rd and 5 right now. Huge 3rd down for the Panthers. Pass over the middle, caught by Jimerson. Jimerson knocked forward for a 1st down. Clutch pitch and catch by the Panthers.
Once again, it's those two who had that pre-game dinner talking to each other, saying, Blair, I'm going to go to you.
1st and 10 from the 32. Swing pass over to Chappell along the right side. He's going to lose 2 yards on the play, but a late flag being thrown here. We'll see who this one's on. Curious to see where the penalty might have been and who it's on.
Personal foul, illegal low block, number 63 offense.
And that a devastating penalty to the Panthers, as they will have to scoot back 15 yards. They've had 7 penalties for 70 yards. And now we'll have 1st and 25 from the 17.
You know, Linfield calls these white jerseys their stormtrooper look. Kind of feels right now that you're back against the wall in Star Wars, Han Solo with only a pistol. And you've got to travel a long ways to get back to your ship, and a bunch of stormtroopers are in your way.
Play action, screen pass, flag thrown. Stancil rushing here, but this one could be coming back. The scoreboard flashed for a moment, 1st and 62. They meant 26, but it might feel like 62 right now, especially the Panthers have to scoot back another 10 yards. And there is the hold against the Panthers. Goes against Colladale, so scoot the Panthers back even further to the 8-yard line. They have to get all the way to the 42. So it'll be 1st 36. First and 34. And Stancil brought down in the backfield. And now the clock ticking, 1 minute and 14 seconds left. The Panthers have just 1 timeout. And they have 2nd and about 1.5 miles to go. Panthers will now call their final timeout. So with 1 minute and 2 seconds left, the Panthers have no timeouts. They're back against their own goal line at the 5-yard line and have to go 38 yards to get a first down. Things looking bleak for Chapman.
You know, when we started this drive, you thought this is possible. Hopes are high. 3:37 left on the clock. Now it's 1:02. They've gone backwards. Ball is on their own 4. It's time to stop playing around with the run, that's for sure. They need to get something down the field and quickly.
Here comes the rally cry. Head coach Bob Owens right there with offensive coordinator Casey Shine setting up their game plan. It's 4-down territory. Downs almost don't matter at this point. They have 62 seconds to go 95 yards, but only 3 plays to go the first 38.
And when you were talking about the game plan here being talked through by Coach Owens and company, they're probably talking about the whole drive because they have no timeouts left now. They got no time to talk this through anymore.
No timeouts left. This is it. Leahy dropping back. Pass to Chappell in the flat. Chappell, not a lot of space, brought down at the 11. But a flag being thrown in the backfield. See what's on. And a personal foul. Roughing the passer. That's an automatic first down. Talk about huge penalties. That is a huge penalty, and the Panthers have life.
This is their shot. The clock has stopped for a moment here. Leahy can gather his troops, take a breath. Now you got 52.8 seconds to go about 75 yards.
Leahy rolling to his right. Pressure is on, and it's nearly intercepted. That would have ended the game. If Keanu Yamamoto were able to hang on, that would be it. But the pass is dropped by the defense. Yamamoto's all over this, just can't hang on.
Not the greatest read there by Leahy. On the run, not a hard throw, giving the Linfield defense time to go get it.
Handoff to McKivens, gets him to the 31. The clock's still rolling, 37, 36, 35 seconds left. Panthers got to hustle. It's 3rd down and 5, 31 seconds, 30 seconds now. Looking back over towards the sideline, 26 seconds. Leahy, 22 seconds. Pass over the middle, caught by Jordan for a first down. Jordan's got to get down. That'll stop the clock at the 42-yard line with 16.7 seconds. Panthers got to try to get up to the line and spike it. The clock stops to move the chains. Panthers still on the Chapman 42.
They still want to run a play here. They're going to go downfield.
They want to get a playoff. 12 seconds now. Chapman, 10 seconds. They throw it, and it's caught, but not a first down. The clock is still going. The Panthers may not get a final playoff. This could be it. They're trying to get to the line to spike it, and that's it. That appears to be your ball game. The referees are signaling it is. The clocks are reading all zeros. Referees saying the spike happened first. They're going to talk some things over right now. The scoreboard right now is reading zeros across, and the game is over. Linfield thinks they have won it. Chapman thinks they got the spike down in time. Regardless, the game is either over or Chapman will get one final play. It's going to come down to the official's decision right now.
See Michael Leahy signaling to his sideline that they're going to go again.
With 3 seconds to go in the game, therefore the clock should be stopped at 3 seconds.
So the clock will... So they have set the clock to 3 seconds. The Panthers are going to get one last play unless they decide to spike. Looks like they're going to spike it here. Leahy takes the snap, throws it right to the ground. 0.2 of a second, roll off the clock, and now the final play for the Chapman Panthers. Chapman will have to go 51 yards. They'll need the touchdown and the extra point to tie this game. And Linfield will call a timeout. And that, we'll keep it here. And Matt, that is a scary situation for the Chapman Panthers, who nearly didn't even get this opportunity.
They caught a break there. Thank you to the referees for noticing what happened. Michael Leahy now able to take a breather. They're able to come with a set play. Linfield will probably come out with a prevent defense. No doubt about that. They have 50 yards to cover. Michael Leahy will just have to, maybe the only option here is maybe a little lateral play. Maybe a little
Open up the bag of tricks.
trickery,
Whatever you can do.
flickery.
The whole playbook's at your disposal. This is the biggest game in the history of the program, and the Panthers have one final chance to earn themselves in overtime.
You know what? You've played a good game. You have nothing to lose here. You might as well go with whatever you want to go with, whatever bag of tricks, whatever Hail Mary you have, and go for it all.
Chapman has never defeated a team in the top 25. Leahy steps up in the pocket and he's brought down, and Linfield's going to win the game. Celebration on the Wildcats sideline, and the Linfield Wildcats have defeated the Chapman Panthers 21-14. What a great job by Linfield in the second half, blanking the Chapman offense. But when you look at the rest of the season and what is to come, there are a lot of good things we saw tonight with the Chapman Panther football program.
Their defense, which we thought was going to be a problem in this game, came up so big, holding Linfield to well less than half of how their average scoring last season. Now, of course, Michael Leahy has some work to do, along with his running backs, who couldn't get off to the start they had in the first half. In the second half, they couldn't get the chunks of yardage at a time when they needed it most.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have some final highlights and reaction. The Linfield Wildcats, number 5 in the country, have come to Chapman and defeated the Panthers 21-14, putting up a second half shutout. We'll be right back with final thoughts and highlights when we return on the Chapman Broadcast Network. The Disneyland fireworks overhead. Chapman falling to Linfield 21-14. It was a defensive showcase. We thought we'd see some offensive fireworks tonight, and that not the case. The Panthers were up 14-7 at the half, but the Wildcats score 14 unanswered in the second half to come away with the victory. But what a great showing by the Chapman Panthers, and you're seeing Coach Owens talk to his team right now. He has to be proud about their effort. Look, there's a reason Linfield's the number 5 team in the country.
There is, and you saw it from the defense here. We're going to see these plays coming up. The defense came up big in the end. As you look at the team stats, Chapman ended up with only 279 yards, total yards, and most of them coming in the first half.
In the first half, this stat sheet showed all Chapman dominating. Second half, a totally different story. We saw the emergence of Sam Riddle for the Wildcats really have an outstanding game. And Linfield shut down Chapman in the second half.
I want to just take a pen, cross out the O in Sam Riddle's sophomore abbreviation and put an R there, because he looked so poised down the stretch to lead his team down the field and get those 2 clutch touchdowns in the second half while his defense did the rest of the work.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights here in this game. Early on, it was all Chapman getting going first. This is Leahy to Spencer Jordan for the first score of the game, 7-0 Panthers. Yeah, Jordan, he's liking it. Linfield would respond, tie this one up 7-7. That was when Riddles first came into the game. Big tackle there. Chappell comes in, dives the end zone. That gave the Panthers a 14-0 lead. Then the Linfield defense stepped up. Robinson. Panthers getting in on some of the mix on defense here in the second half. But then this is what tied the game, 14-14. 14. An interception gave Chapman life late. Leahy trying to respond. Final play, he's brought down. Linfield goes on to win 21-14. The Wildcats, number 5 team in the country, will stay in the national top 25. But the effort by the Panthers tonight, I think, should give them at least a first start in their case for why they belong to be considered among some of the top teams in America.
Oh, most definitely, and they are only going to take this in stride. And look at the SCIAC now. Look at the SCIAC championship.
For my partner, Matt Brown, I'm Trent Schlum. Thank you for watching tonight. The Linfield Wildcats defeat the Chapman Panthers 21-14. We'll see you back on October 11th here for homecoming when the Chapman Panthers host the Pomona Pitzer Sagehens. We thank you for watching the inaugural broadcast of the Chapman Broadcast Network, and we look forward to seeing you very soon all season long for years to come. Good night, everybody.